Recording in progress.
Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Yeah, video will come slowly, don't worry. Some video is having some technical issue. It will come, but it will come bit slowly. Okay, guys. Yeah, now listen. Listen, guys. We can pass input values to, we can pass input values to Spring Bean properties. We can pass input values to Spring Bean properties from different places. From different places. Different places like database software, okay, forms, HTML or JSP forms, come on, JSP forms, properties file. What file, guys? From properties file or YML file. Properties file and YML file. Are you listening? And etc. Many options are there. Right, guys. By default, every Spring Boot application contains 3 files in the setup. Setup given by STS plugin as part of starter project. As part of starter project. You already know, I'm just highlighting them. As part of starter project. Yeah. Main class, some people also call configuration and client class, or part of the people, some part of industry also calls it as starter class, or a class with main method, guys. Class with Spring Boot application plus Spring Boot application plus main method. Array, you know this. Okay. Next. What's the next one, guys? That is a main class come, configuration class come, starter class. Then application dot properties file or YML file. Application dot properties file from YML file. Where, guys? Okay. In src/main/resources folder. Next one. src/main/resources folder. Okay, guys. Now next one. pom.xml or build.gradle. Okay. pom.xml or build.gradle. This is for what? Build file. Build file to have build configurations. Build file to place build configurations. Yes, guys. Yes. Application.properties and YML. These are the 3 main files, guys. And when you create starter project also, you will get these 3 things. I hope you noticed that. Okay. Noticed that. Come on, guys. 3 setup files will be there. Note. Also gives okay, lots of dependencies. Nothing but jar files as Maven libraries. What guys? Maven libraries. No, they are not part of programming setup, guys. Libraries. Now listen carefully, guys. We need not to configure. We need not to configure. Come on. Application dot properties or YML using @property source. Using @property source. Are you understanding my point? Because it is part of Spring Boot application boot. It is part of Spring Boot application ecosystem. Come on, guys. It's something like this. Are you going to declare main method anywhere in standalone application? Are you going to declare main method anywhere in standalone application? No. But JVM will call that method automatically or not? Come on. It's part of Spring Boot application ecosystem. That means, okay, Spring application dot run method. Spring application dot run method internally. Okay, locates and recognizes as part of application startup. As part of application startup activities. Okay. As part of application startup activities. Now listen. Okay. Any other user defined properties file placed in any location must be configured explicitly. Come on, guys. Explicitly using @property source. Using @property source. Using @property source annotation. Okay, guys. Next one. Can we change? Can we change name or location of? Name or location of? Come on, guys. Application dot properties or application dot YML. Everyone can help me? Can we change name and location of application dot properties and application dot YML? Can you help me? Possible? Possible? Answer. Yes, you can change. Yes, we can change, but it must be configured explicitly. Yes, we can change, but we have to explicitly. It must be configured. But it must be configured explicitly. Are you understanding my statement, guys? It must be configured explicitly. Okay, guys. Right, boss. It must be configured explicitly using what? @property source. Using @property source. You can change. No one stops you to doing that work, guys. Okay. So 613, you close it. Come to our application. What is that? Boot boot. Now listen. In Spring Boot, in application.properties file, properties are YML file. In application.properties are YML file. 99% we write, we work with, come on guys, 99% we work with ready-made keys. That means predefined keys, guys. Predefined keys. Very rarely. I'm talking about with respect to project, guys. With respect to project, we place user-defined keys. Very rarely we place what? User-defined keys. Yeah, my camera is having some hardware issue, guys. It will come when it is ready. Don't worry about thing. Very rarely we place what? User-defined keys. Now tell me, application.properties. Okay, our YML file basically contains what? Okay, number one, data source configurations. Data source configurations, guys. Spring Boot banner configuration. Whether you want that banner or not. When you run Spring application, you will get some banner, na? You will get some banner or not. Whether you want that banner or not, or instead of that banner, you want to get some other thing. Everything we can control using properties file. Spring Boot log messages configurations. Come on. Yes. Logging related this one. YML I'll introduce, don't worry, alternate to properties file. I will definitely introduce. Hari, yes, don't be innocent, guys. From yesterday onwards, I am saying I will introduce YML in future, right? First, let me work with. For the timing, it is alternate to for properties file, you remember. Okay, Spring Boot log messages related configurations. Array, what is the default logger level kind of thing? Come on. Okay. Next one. Spring Boot web configurations. Spring Boot web application configurations. Yeah. Array, if it is using embedded Tomcat, what is the default port number of that embedded Tomcat? Web related configurations, guys. Web application related configurations. Are you understanding my statement? Yes. No, I don't want that running on 8080 port number. I want to see it's running on some other port number. Web application. Yes. Spring security configurations. Okay. Next, Spring batch configurations. Spring batch configurations. Next, Spring activator configurations. Spring mail configurations. In fact, lot of configurations we can configure, boss. Spring mail configurations. Next. Okay, array data source configuration means this one only, right? Next, in-memory DB configurations. Okay, next one, messaging configurations. Next, Joule proxy configurations related to microservices, guys. Related to microservices. Are you understanding my statement? And etc. Related to microservices also some configurations are there. Okay. Some gateway configuration. This is also gateway configurations. Lot of things will be there, guys. Okay, Omkar, what is mean by default value? API gateway. API gateway configurations. I mean to say API gateway configurations. Right, boss. And etc. Related to Spring Boot. Related to what? Related to Spring Boot, related to various modules of Spring. Lot of things will be there, boss. Understanding my point? Yes. Right. These are various configuration. According to the module we use, we configure lot of things, guys. 99% in real-time projects, we work with predefined keys only. And all those keys will be there here. Understanding my point? Okay. Right. Anil, physical location of JSP or Thymeleaf is nothing but web application configuration. I cannot write one by one individually here. I'm just giving category, boss. Now listen. Sir, then what about collecting inputs from database software and HTML and JSP forms? We will discuss as part of Spring Boot data JPA. We will discuss this as a database software as input. HTML, JSP forms. Anyhow, we will work what? Come on. Right, guys. HTML, JSP form we will discuss in web application development. Web application development. Understanding my point? Yes, guys. Okay. Yes, Meenan, as part of microservices, we will discuss Joule also. We will discuss Eureka server. We will discuss each streak. We will discuss lot of load balancer. Please, microservice is a big discussion. Right. This batch is not only Spring Basics and Spring Boot. It is also covers what? Cloud programming and microservices, right? So lot of things. So are so many predefined keys. Now who will mug up? You need not to mug up, guys. You need not to mug up. I will give the location from where you can gather them. Okay. Now listen. Spring Boot application properties. Application properties keys. Application property keys, guys. See, common properties in Spring. See, category wise they are given. Core properties, come on. Okay. Core properties, cache properties, mail properties, JSON property. Category wise they have given. Data properties. Yes, our other day comes under data properties, guys. In this section, you can see in this data property means Spring Boot data JPA, which covers both SQL and NoSQL database interaction. That's why some properties are there related to Cassandra also. Wait, some properties are there related to MongoDB. Some properties are there related to Redis from caching related things. Okay. And you will see our some properties related to DBCP2. Come on. Some property related to Hikari CP. Some properties related to Oracle UCP. Array, part of algorithm na. Some properties related to Tomcat CP. Come on. Okay, and we are receiving common properties also. Check it out. Spring.data source.url, spring.data source.username. Did you find them or not there? So like this, lot of properties, guys. In fact, 16 categories properties they have given. 16 properties they have given. Understanding my statement, boss? Okay. So I will give the URL for you people and for my sake also. Yeah. These predefined keys, can be collected from can be collected from this place. Can be happily collected from this place, guys. Yeah, I'm placing that one. You also save it. These predefined keys based messages we can place both in application.properties or YML or and also in come on guys, user defined additional properties files and YML files. Additional user defined additional properties files and additional YML files. It's not like that you have to place them in what? This place only. You have to place them in this one, and there is no reason, guys. You can place anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. I think this is pointing to specific section. 1 minute. Let me get the index dot one. Let me give the index page. That means starting page, guys. Yeah, this is enough. I'll paste that. All right, guys. Fine. So now let me rename this stuff, guys. Let me rename this stuff, guys. Value annotation I am using. Okay, here I am not using application.properties. I am taking what? abc.properties. Do you think it will recognize automatically, guys? Not recognize. When it is not recognized, what happens? When it is not recognized, what happens, guys? That will affect our application execution or not. Definitely that will affect our application execution, right? Run as Spring Boot up. See, no one will do that mistake. No one will do that mistake, guys. See, guys, illegal argument could not resolve placeholder idly.price because abc.properties is not part of ecosystem, right? Only application.properties is part of ecosystem. So that's why. Okay, now it's coming. Now I'm taking application.properties, but I'm changing the location. I'm keeping in commons package. I'm keeping in commons package, paste. Again, I'm deleting this application.properties. Again, I'm deleting this extension. You cannot change extension also, file name, extension, okay, location are fixed. Again, problem is coming. So when it is there in what? src/main/resources folder, that too with this name, and with this extension only, it is valid. That means it will be part of ecosystem. If any other name, you have to configure explicitly. Any other name you have to configure explicitly. Yeah, all these are experiments here, guys. No one changes the name, no one changes the location. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Okay. If you change the name or location or, come on guys, name or location or extension of application.properties or YML file, then it must be configured explicitly Okay, using @property source annotation. @property source annotation. Okay, guys. Now listen. Suppose I have property file. Okay, let it be. Those are dot price 200. Suppose key is not matching, boss. Key and key is not matching. No, I don't want any terminal here. Let it be. Just to save it. Key and key is not matching. One more is what? Application dot properties. Here also key is dot price. One is I have taken. So this, but in our application, what we are using, guys, those are dot price, but we are having price one, not matching. Then what happened? Then you will get exception, illegal argument exception. Check it out. Then you will get one exception. Illegal argument exception could not resolve placeholder. Anything you place in $floor bracket is called as placeholder. Are you listening my statement, guys? Okay, guys. Copy this. So where is the point, guys? If the key placed in placeholder, if the key placed in placeholder means, what is that means? Dollar dot 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 placeholder of @value annotation is not matching with, come on, guys, is not matching with the keys available in all the configured properties files oblique YML files. Okay, oblique YML files. Then we get YML files through environment object. Array, this magic will happen through what object? Environment object. Because they will be first stored into environment object. From environment object, they will be stored into Spring Bean properties, right? Environment object. Then we get, what is the exception, guys? This is the exception. Then we get illegal argument exception. Okay, something. This is the key and this one. Placeholder, this one. Okay, boss. Now listen, guys. Okay, now I'm coming to my actual and main discussion, guys. We can inject values to Spring Bean properties from properties files oblique YML files. We can use two types of annotations. We can definitely use two types of annotations. Number one, @value given by tell me Spring and can be used in Spring Boot. This is very interesting. To inject each value. 1 minute. To inject each key value each key value to inject each value to each bean property separately. Each bean property separately. So that means it does not support bulk injection, guys. Does not support bulk injection. If 20 properties are there, guys, if 20 properties are there, 20 times you should write at the rate. Okay, to inject 20 values of properties or YML file to, okay, 20 bean properties, 20 spring bean properties. Come on, we need to use at the rate value annotation for 20 times. Annotation for 20 times. To inject 20 values of properties file or YML file to 20 Spring Bean properties, come on, we need to use at the rate value annotation for 20 times. Bulk injection is not possible. Each and every each and every property should be injected by using at the rate value separately, guys. Okay, guys. Next one, at the rate configuration properties given by Spring Boot. Spring Boot. Listen. Are you understanding my point, guys? Come on. Given by Spring Boot. Given by Spring Boot and cannot be used in Spring applications. Cannot be used in Spring application. This is very interesting, guys. Cannot be used in Spring application. It is not part of Spring. It is not a part of. Okay. Supports bulk injection. Supports bulk injection. Supports bulk injection, but supports bulk injection. That means we need to write at the rate configuration properties only for one time on the top of Spring Bean class. Yes, on the top of Spring Bean class. Okay, now listen. But all keys in properties file must have same prefix and property names. Spring Bean property names must be there in keys as last words. Yes, don't worry, I'll show the example, guys. Must be there in keys as last words. That means must be there in as last words, matching with each other. Names must match other. Names must match. Spring Bean property name, the last words in the keys must match. If not matched, bulk injection is not possible. If not matched, bulk injection is not possible. Are you understanding my point, guys? Okay. Right. Taking common prefix word for the keys of properties file or YML file is mandatory. Is mandatory. Now listen, I'll take example application, guys. Example application. Now listen. Okay, here I have application dot properties or some other. Okay, I'll introduce YML officially after some time. Till that time, don't break your head. So first we focus on this one, guys. Now listen, some keys, guys. Some keys. NIT dot org dot NIT dot name. What is that? Naresh IT. Okay. org dot NIT dot name. org dot NIT dot type. What is the type of the organization? IT. org dot NIT dot location. Hyderabad. org dot NIT dot location Hyderabad. Let us assume we are having this one, this kind of thing. So using value annotation, guys. Using value annotation. Using @value annotation. Very popular interview question. What is the difference between @value and @configuration properties? For that only I am preparing background. So wait. We'll see first fundamentals, then I will give the class. Tell me, guys. Tell me public class, company details. What details, guys? Company detail. Something. Public class, company details. Here we are having what? Component. Component company. Component NENT company. Okay, here what is the story, guys? Private string name. Tell me. @value dollar flower bracket open org dot NIT dot name. org dot NIT dot name. Are you listening my statement, guys? Paste. Private string type, company type, org dot NIT dot type. Okay, location. Okay, here also location. So here I am taking small toString method, guys, end of it. This is using @value annotation. Okay, guys. Using configuration properties. Using configuration properties. Yes. Using configuration properties. Now you observe the story. This part as it is, guys. Done. This part as it is, guys. This part as it is, only property names. Okay, this part as it is. Observe Observe guys, name, type, location, name, type, location. Here you need not to match. Here you can take, what is that? Title. Here you can take what? Mode. Here you can take address. Not a problem. Not a problem. But here, these three and these three must match. Must and should match. Are you listening? Here, if you don't match, not a issue. Suppose instead of location, I have taken address. No one says anything to you. Why? Because you are mentioning key explicitly, boss. You are specifying the key explicitly, right? Here you have taken title. Anyone says anything to you? No problem, because you are mentioning each key separately, right? Okay. Here also toString, guys. Here also toString. Now go to top of the class, guys. Go to the top of the class. On the top of the class, you simply specify @configuration properties. Prefix is equal to common prefix is what, guys? For all the keys, what is the common prefix, my dear? For all the keys, what is the common prefix, my dear? Come on. com.nit, dirty fellow. org.nit. org.nit. That's it. org.nit. Now listen carefully. Okay, name, type, location. Name, type, location. Happily injects, guys. You need not to bother about. You need not to bother about. Are you listening my statement, boss? You don't bother about this. Everything matching will be injected. Sir, 1 2 not matched, they will be ignored. No error. No error. 1 2 not matched, you won't give any error. They will be ignored. Whatever match, they will be injected. Whatever not matched, they will be ignored. So that's why better to continue with the default values. If not matched, default values will be there. Name is equal to NIT if nothing is matching. Type is equal to IT if nothing is matching here. Are you listening my statement? Now I understood why I used the word bulk injection. Why I said here no bulk injection. Come on. No bulk injection. No bulk injection, guys. Come on. Ashish, same thing I have done, Nara, dirty fellow. Either sleep completely or sleep active completely. @value $org.nit.name I have written now, boss. Name I have written. Single value injection. Again single value injection. Again single value injection. Ashish, be active, or dirty fellow. Okay. Are you listening? Raja, can we use @value along with @configuration properties? Yes, you can use. Both you can use at a time. Both you can use at a time. Understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Shilpa madam, it is application.properties. What is need of giving path of the file? It's a part of Spring Boot ecosystem now. Do I need to specify name and location of application.properties? Day to day, our knowledge is increasing or decreasing? Yes. Only one headache is if 2 3 prefixes are there, then it will give headache. If 2 3 prefixes are there, it will give headache, guys. Are you understanding my point? Madam Silpa, madam, starting half an hour discussion is that only. Starting half an hour discussion is that only. Can we change the name of the application.properties? Okay. Bulk means multiple. Bulk means multiple at a time. Okay. JRV config.properties is part of microservices, or if you want to use in normal application, it will be treated as a user-defined properties file. Shilpa madam, join from the day minute 1. Okay. So we cannot take multiple prefixes, guys. All things should have a same prefix. That's the one headache with configuration properties. Hold your questions. I will address all your questions. First, concentrate. Okay. Copy, paste. Yes. Configuration. Configuration annotation. Configuration annotations. Oh, I have to give process 6 also, na? Fine. I'll give process 6 word. Yeah. Once in a while, I'll copy paste, guys. Cooperate. I don't want to waste the time. That's why. Process 6 takes a bit of time to get the changes. So I stop working with the user defined properties file because those discussions are done yesterday already. Come on. When you miss the class, keep the minimum common sense of reading the document. I'm telling to everyone, get up from the bed, I sit in the class means not going to work out, guys. Okay, application dot properties. And moreover, guys, while working with configuration properties, we cannot work with a spell. We cannot work with a spell. Where you write spell? Because you are going to write configuration property only for one time, right? Only for one time. So how you write arithmetic and logical operation using spell? Spell means what? Spring expression language. Are you understanding? Okay. So we cannot deal with spell. So forget about working with spell, guys. Okay, that's no. I'm not saying it's a configuration property is a Sanjeevani for all problems. Okay. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Okay. Right, guys. Okay. So now listen, what is the class I want to take? Company details. Company details. Company details. Now listen, first. Don't worry, guys. Not a problem. Company details. Rename the file. Rename the file. Okay, no problem. Component. Component. Where is that? Bean ID. Bean ID also company. Okay. Right. First of all, to avoid the confusion, close everything, guys. Close everything first. Open application dot properties. Forget about this. Tell me. org.nit.name. org.nit.name. What is this? Naresh IT. org.nit.type. Okay, IT company. org.nit.location. Online na anywhere nowadays, but physical location is Hyderabad. Yeah, not compulsory. These are not fixed keys, guys. Anything you can take. Company details, boss. Now listen. Company. Private string name. Private string. Come on. Private string type. Private string location. Private string location. Tell me. Configuration properties. Configuration properties. See, guys. Prefix. com.nt. Sorry, com.nt. No. org.nit. org.nit. Super, guys. Now we can use toString method. Let me take toString method. Alt Shift yes, yes and yes. Okay. This one, guys. All right. This is configuration properties, boss. Okay. File save as company details 1. Wantedly, I am taking company details 1. Company details 1. I am not using configuration properties, guys. I am not using configuration property. Then what should I do? At the rate value, dollar, flower bracket 1, org.nit.name. org.nit.name. Come on, guys. Okay. Is it compulsory I should take name only? I can take title as this one now, boss. Come on. Yes. The next one. Here is type. If match also fine. If not matched also not a issue. Is it compulsory I should take what location only? Can I take another one? Address kind of thing? Can I take another one? Address kind of thing? Come on, guys. Here. Remove this. Alt shift yes and yes. Alt shift yes and yes. Okay. Right, boss. Very simple. At the rate configuration property will directly collect from environment object by matching given prefix and property name, guys. That's it. Both will collect at the rate value, at the rate configuration properties. Both are there to collect the values from what? Environment object only. Someone thinks that at the rate configuration properties internally uses at the rate value. I should hats off to. I should say hats off to their analyzation skills. I should say hats off to their analyzation skills, guys. Okay, here I'm taking bean ID as company 1, boss. Okay. So go to client come. Go to client come. Oh, I deleted. Fine. I think I have deleted root package, guys. No problem. We will create a new package, com.nt. Com.nt. It's saying that already there. When already there, where is that? Oh, com.nt is already there. Fine, no problem, guys. So we collect from previous one. Copy this, guys. Say paste. Actually, in hurry burry, we deleted, boss. In hurry burry, we deleted this. Now tell me. Spring Boot application annotation.java. Yes. Spring Boot application annotation.java. Okay, fine. We'll change the class name. Okay, we'll change the class name. If you continue, also not a issue. If you take just pros6, also not a issue, guys. Let me rename. Not compulsory. We should use lengthy class names, guys. Pros6. Now tell me here also. Pros6. You can take your freedom choice class name. Yeah. Get Spring Bean class objects. Company details. Company 1 is equal to ctx dot get bean. Come on. Okay, guys. Rachna madam, you can write these things either in what? Predefined property file or user defined property file. These are common for any properties file. No separate rules for user defined properties file. Okay. At the rate value, at the rate configuration property, both work for both kind of property file. Not only fixed application dot properties, you can use while dealing with user defined property file also. Attend classes regularly. Try to attend all classes if possible. Okay. Especially I'm seeing lot of people missing starting 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and throughout the class they are asking questions related to that. Please avoid attend classes from the minute 1 onwards. When you commit, you have to get up and sit. Okay. Company one. Company one I am printing, guys. Okay. Sys out. Sys out. Copy this, paste it. Company two. Here company one. Here company two. Bean ID is company one, guys. Company details one dot Java. Here company details one. Second one is company details one. Here also company details one. Control plus shift plus O. Right. Yeah. In one place I am working with @ configuration properties. In one place I am working with what? This one. Let's see, guys. Run as Spring Boot application. Run as Spring Boot application. Ayo, what's happening? Name null, type null, location null. But this is injecting nicely, but this one is not injecting. Can we find out why it is not injecting, guys? org.nit.naresh it. org.nit.type. Yes, this fine. Go to company, guys. Beans. Company details. Done. org.nit. Anything we are not keeping? Okay. No, by default it will be on, boss. There is no need of writing explicitly anything. Prefix is equal to this. @enable configuration properties. Actually, that is not required. That is not required. Okay. That is not required. Fine, no problem. Right click, guys. Spring Boot application. What's happening? Name, type, location. @ value is coming nicely. What's happening, boss? What's happening? It's there in correct location only, na? No, there is no need of creating metadata, all this stuff, guys. There is no need of creating metadata, all this stuff. Bean property names and keys are not matching. Who said not matching? Name, type, location. Company details dot Java. Name, type, location. Yes, we have added this one. We have added this one. No, there is no need of getter setter methods. No, we have added, boss. Both classes are same. No, both classes are not same, guys. This is different. This is different. No, private is not a issue. Private is not a issue. Private is not a issue. 1 minute. Are we working with proper things, guys? Let me check. org.nit is there. org.nit is there. No, public also not required. Dot is there. Fine. Anything is missing. I think somewhere I am doing typing mistake, guys. Somewhere I am doing some typing mistake. org.nit. org.nit. Come on. It's matching. Many times I did, guys. Name, type, location. Name, type, location. They are not coming. Great. Very interesting for me. No, that is not required. Wait. No, there is no need, guys. Hey, no, all these are not required. All these are I'm taking only for my knowledge sake. Okay. Configuration properties scan. Hey, all these are optional, boss. Let me check the bean ID. What is the bean ID? Company. Company details dot class. Company details, guys. Company details, guys. I'm printing variable values, not toString method. toString method. Company details. That's fine. Yes, either company. What I am taking here? Company right now, boss. Mhm. What's happening, boss? Line number 7. One minute. I'll try to add setter getter methods here. Setter getter methods here. Hey, configuration, all these are not required. Just a minute. Alt Shift yes. Alt Shift yes. I think do we have Lambda KPI in our project? Do we have a Lambda KPI in our project, guys? @data. Okay, @data. 1 minute. mvnrepository.com. mvnrepository.com. Lambda KPI. What API? Project Lombok. Project Lombok 1.18. Yes. Right, boss. Okay. Go to pom.xml. Go to pom.xml, my dears. I think getter setter method is the issue. Let me sort out that. Okay. Right, boss. Lambda API.jar is added. Right. Control plus Shift plus O. That's fine. Okay. Now, boot process 6. Run as a Spring Boot application. I think getter setter method issue only. Yes. It's related to getter setter method. Okay. Fine. Earlier I used to use @data as a common thing. Okay. So today we got one more new difference, guys. What is that? Okay. @value supports field level injection. Field level injection. And @configuration properties definitely uses what? Setter method to complete the injection process. Setter method to complete the injection process. Come on. I will give all the notes. Don't worry. Okay, now whatever modifications we do, I will remove all the things. Right. What we have done here, we have written enable configuration property, not required. That will be why we used Lambda API, because it is internally calling setter methods, boss. Internally calling setter method. Hari has been in the classroom, that dirty fellow. Okay. Name Naresh IT, type location. See, nothing is required, guys. Nothing is required. So whatever extra annotations we added, forget about this. Whatever basic code is there now, that code is sufficient. That code is sufficient. Are you understanding? I'll give all the points as part of differences. For example, company details.java. One property is not matching. Address. One property name is not matching. Address. Here also I am taking what? Address. Okay. Now listen. See, we are not getting any exception. We are not getting an exception. Are you getting my point? We are not getting an exception. Did you notice that, boss? Just it is holy. That's why whenever you are working with what? At the rate configuration properties, if you don't want to allow such kind of null values, keep the habit of having default values. Default value Delhi. Keep the habit of keeping default value. Then tension will not be there. Understanding, guys? You want to avoid such kind of default values, then if not injected, default values will come. Are you comfortable, guys? Understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Right. So here what is important? Along with this, we should also have at the rate data. What data, guys? At the rate data. Okay, fine. So then that uses getter setter method. That gives actually getter setter method. Okay, guys. Yeah, maybe I might have addressed it in last batches, but generally we write at the rate data, guys. That's why I didn't highlight it. Okay. So now let's go for what is the difference between at the rate value and at the rate configuration properties annotation. Popular interview question. At the rate configuration properties annotation. Right, boss. Right. One side at the rate value. One side at the rate configuration properties. One side at the rate configuration properties. We generally place getter setter method. That's why we ignore. Right. Okay. Yeah. Listen. Since I am keeping at the rate data, keeping toString explicitly is optional. If you remove also not a issue. Okay. Fine. Now, first one. Given by Spring framework, so it can be used in both. So okay, Spring applications and Spring Boot applications. Okay, guys. Next, given by Spring Boot framework, so it can be used only in Spring Boot applications. Only in Spring Boot application. Are you listening? Let me confirm that. Let me confirm from my side. Company details, guys. Configuration properties, F3. Look at the package name, guys. Configuration property, package name. org.springframework.boot.context.properties. boot.context.properties. Are you listening my statement, guys? So you go to this one, you click on F3, guys. F3. Look at the package name. org.springframework. No boot word. No boot word. Did you observe that, boss? Did you observe that, boss? Are you listening? And moreover, configuration properties is not internally using at the rate value. If someone is thinking like that, please come out of that feeling. If someone is thinking like that, please come out of that feeling. Are you understanding my statement? Okay, guys. Next. B. Okay. Supports single value injection. Single value injection. Single value injection. B. Supports bulk injection. Bulk injection to bean properties. Spring bean properties. Spring bean properties. Okay. Right. Supports single value injection to spring bean property. Right, guys. Tell me, this is also a point. C. C. Now, can perform field level injection. What is that? Field level injection. Can perform field level injection. So that means, okay, setter and getter methods are not required. Not required in Spring Bean class. Okay. Does not, okay. Performs setter injection internally. Perform setter injection internally. So setters and getters. Setters and getters are mandatory. Just now we have observed, guys, in Spring Bean class. Okay, guys. Okay. Next one. Right. Yes. In future, I will show how to inject values to collection type properties, how to inject values to has a type properties. Please wait. Today, you don't concentrate. Don't worry about that. Okay. Yes. In coming classes, I am going to take collection type of properties, has a type of properties, so array type of properties. Lot of discussions are left. So don't excite about that. I first concentrate on these 2 points. Okay, guys. Now tell me. Tell me. So configuration properties is not a repeatable annotation, right? Is it repeatable? Can you repeat twice? Is not a repeatable annotation. At the rate value, guys, it is also not a repeatable annotation. When both are not repeatable annotation, you cannot highlight it as a difference. Right now, we are here for difference, boss. Please. Okay. Now tell me. Supports spell. Okay. So spell expressions while injecting the values. D. Does not support spell expressions. And now at least you understood why I introduced spell yesterday. This is one reason. Okay, does not support spell expressions because there is no place to write. There is no place to write. We cannot write, right? There is no place to write these. There is no place to write spell expressions. Okay, guys. Next. Next one. Common prefix in for all the keys for all the keys in properties file, properties or YML file is not required. Is not required. Array configuration properties is not required. And E is required. Definitely required. Common prefix is required. Next. F guys. F guys. Now tell me guys. Keys in properties file and Spring Bean property names need not to match. Okay. Okay, now listen. Spring Bean property names and the last word in the keys, last word on the keys after matching prefix, okay, must match, okay, must be matched, otherwise injection on that property will be ignored. Come on, injection on that property. Injection on that property will be ignored. On that Spring Bean property will be ignored. Are you understanding, guys? Ignored. Okay, guys. Definitely should be ignored, guys. Are you understanding my point, guys? Okay. Right. Now listen. Someone asking me some questions. Another silly difference you want to find, I will give. G. This is field level annotation. G. This is class level annotation. This is class level annotations. Class level, and you can even use method level also, guys. Class level, comma, method level annotation. Hey, on @bean methods also we can use, guys. We can use this configuration properties on @bean methods also. @bean methods also. Listen. Okay. Okay. @bean method level. Did you notice it, guys? Did you notice this, guys? Come on. All right. So field level. We generally use, guys. It may support. We generally use. At what level, guys? Field level. Next. If matching key is not found. If matching key is not found, or specified key is not found. 1 minute. If specified key is not found in the properties file, then we get, what is that? Illegal argument exception. Okay. If matching key is not found, then injection will be ignored. Not null, not null. If it is float type property, come on. Okay. Injection will be ignored. Yeah, if someone is asking me, sir, what happens if I give wrong prefix? Definitely ignoring only, boss. Then injections will be ignored. Then injection will be ignored on Spring Bean property. On Spring Bean property. Okay. Some people, instead of doing experiments, at home, they are putting in the chat box. Fine, I understood their excitement. Wrong prefix, what happens? What happens? Ignores. As for my knowledge, it ignores. Definitely ignoring or not. Common sense, guys. When it is having nature of ignoring, for anything not matched, it will ignore, na boss. Clear? Fine, no problem. You ask questions. Okay, that's the one thing. Now listen, different prefixes not possible. For different prefixes, you have to choose different beans. Different prefixes cannot be there with respect to single Spring Bean, guys. So now, for example, prefix is what type, guys? Prefix is what type? Let me check. F3. It is a string type. It is not even array type, right? Not even array type. It is string type. That means there is no question of specifying multiple prefixes. You can mention only one prefix, right? And that too, it is not a repeatable annotation also. Do you think it is a repeatable annotation? It is not even repeatable annotation. Okay, that's why with respect to one Spring Bean, with respect to one Spring Bean, okay, with respect to one Spring Bean, one prefix is allowed, guys. In property file, I can take different prefixes. But with respect to different Spring Beans, that is possible. Are you listening my statement, guys? Are you listening my statement, guys? Okay. Yes, we can use at method level. In future, you will get it, guys. So what method? @bean methods. When I create the situation of working with @bean methods, I will show at method level. Today, you don't worry. Today, you don't worry. In future, when I get the situation of working with @bean methods, I will show that. Okay. If you are insisting, today also I can show. Wait, give me 1 minute time. Okay. I think you understood my point. With respect to one Spring Bean, one prefix. 10 Spring Beans, you may take 10 prefixes. Are you listening? Suppose company details 2.java is there. There I can take my.app.property, my.app.property, my.app.property. So prefixes can be changed with respect to each Spring Bean. Are you understanding my point? Prefixes can be changed with respect to each Spring Bean. Are you understanding my point? Right. Note. While working with @configuration properties, we can change prefixes. We can take prefixes in the properties file with respect to each Spring Bean class. With respect to each Spring Bean class, guys. With respect to each Spring Bean class. Let me give quick code on this. Application.properties, boss. Everyone, please concentrate. Application.properties, guys. Now listen. Application.properties. My.app. Title. my.app.title. Okay, title. What is that? Some NIT. My.app.location. Location Hyderabad. org.nit.name Naresh IT. Are some name guys. org. They are not space sensitive. That's a good news. org.nit.address. org.nit.address. Okay, what is that? Hyderabad. Like this, we are having two different prefixes, guys. Are you noticing it, boss? Are you noticing it, guys? Tell me. Public class company one. Public class company one. Tell me. Private string title. Private string location. Private string title, string location. Yes, here what is this? @component. @component. What is this? COMP1. @data. @configuration properties. @configuration properties. Prefix is equal to my.app. Prefix is equal to my.app. Are you getting my point? Here we are managing with my.app, guys. So same thing, we can take one more copy with another Spring Bean. Here company 2. Company 2. Tell me here what is there? Component 2. @data. Prefix is equal to org.nit. What dot .nit, guys? org.nit. Company 2. Here what is this? Name. What is this? Address. Now tell me, in property file, we are able to work with two different prefixes, but then they can be linked with what? On one prefix for each Spring Bean, guys. For this entire Spring Bean, one prefix. This entire Spring Bean, one prefix. Are you listening my statement, guys? Okay. Next, another note. Both @value and @configuration properties. Configuration properties. Come on. Okay. Injects the values to Spring Bean properties. Spring Bean properties. Come on. Spring Bean property through the IOC container created. Okay. In memory environment object. What object, guys? Environment object. I hope you remembered this. Both will gather through environment object. Yes, guys. Now listen. Okay, I will give the twist in the story. Go to company details. Company details. Here what I am taking is @value. Guess it. my.app.location. my.app.location. Here I am matching location also. Here I am taking address. Key as address. If not there, I will add it. Okay, @value. Okay, now observe location. This annotation is disallowed at this location. Why so? @value can be used happily now, boss. Annotation disallowed at this location. Oh, Lamba KPI is there. That's why it is not allowed. I think it is taking wrong value annotation, guys. Okay, we have to take Lombok. We have to take Spring annotation. Don't confuse. At the rate value is there in Lambak also. Use proper import. Use proper import, guys. Now come here. Right. Here what is there? my.app.address is equal to Mumbai. Okay. Now I am asking question. This is having Mumbai. This is having Hyderabad. This is having Hyderabad. Tell me, which one will execute, guys? Whose value will be injected? At the rate value or at the rate configuration properties? At the rate value annotation will dominate or at the rate configuration property will dominate? I want reply, guys. Okay. I think local always should dominate. Let's see what happens. Okay. What is coming, guys? What is coming? Hyderabad is coming. That means what's happening? At the rate configuration property value is coming. Did you notice that? At the rate configuration property value is coming. Are you understanding my statement, guys? So let's see both are matching or not matching. If not matching, I would have got exception. Matching, definitely matching, right? Okay. This is another question. If we try to inject two different values to same spring bean property, come on. All are local only, ra babu. Don't think that local global kind of thing. If we try to inject two different values to same spring bean property using both at the rate value and can you analyze the reason? Simple reason, ra babu. At the rate value is field level injection. Come on. At the rate value, field level injection. Then configuration property, setter injection. So setter injection is overriding field level injection. Come on. So that too I am using at the rate value at what level, guys? Field level. And at the rate, simple common sense. Configuration properties, annotations. That is a question. Okay, look at the answer. What is the answer, guys? Since at the rate configuration properties okay, performs setter injection, so it overrides the field level injection done by field level injection value given by at the rate value annotation. I hope you convinced it, guys. Yeah, this is also quite common question, guys. At the rate value, at the rate configuration property, trying to inject two different values to same property. Then what happens? If at all you designed at the rate value to perform field level injection, definitely what? At the rate configuration property will dominate what? Value injected by at the rate value. I hope you got some clarity, guys. Still not over. Some more discussions are there with respect to what? Properties file, YML file, lot of things are there, guys. Okay. Please stop putting lengthy questions. Please put small questions, Ra Babu. Right? Because screen will scroll up. In the situation to load 20 properties, same just different property or value will not work. What will the situation? Who asked you to use both together? First, my question is that. You should have a common sense, na boss. You to use configuration property or at the rate bean. @value. If you use both, then clash is coming. Who asked to use both? Who asked to give clash? Mr. Shekhar, I hope you got the clarity. Sir, having 3 questions, wants to use 2 database from property file. Okay, you will get this discussion in future when I launch Spring Data JPI. Control your excitement till that time. Want to implement scheduler in Spring Boot? It is also future discussion. Want to use Lambda KPI in real-time project by adding dependencies in POM, by removing odd code set getter method, by implementing @annotation. That can I proceed? Yes, you can proceed. First 2 questions of Vinay will be answered in coming classes. Sir, before working fine, Oracle UCP for C3PG had changed versions. Can you suggest happening, sir? Array C3P0 is not part of algorithm. That's why it is not working, Ra Babu. I already discussed. Want to use 2 databases from properties file. Array very simple, Ra Babu. Very simple. Stop using. You have to write @bean methods, Mr. Vinay. You should write @bean methods. Raja, after Spring Boot basic Spring Data JPS starts. Okay, guys. Amit Singh, this is great explanation, though very tricky on people. Yes, definitely that's a tricky. Right. When we get recorded videos, you want talk to admin. Actually, it is not policy of giving recorded videos. Okay. Please take one workshop on arrays. Ankit Patil, please go through Core Java. Please attend Core Java classes. I cannot spend time on arrays collections here. Spring Boot banner. Array, when you run Spring application, one banner is coming na, with a Spring word, that one. Right. Any timeline for this? Okay. Any timeline for this batch? There is no timeline, guys. Sessions you count. UCP is not working after usage of C3P0. It's not like that. It's not like that. Spring Data JPS starts. Very soon it will start, guys. I think in 1 week to 10 days, Spring Data JPA will start. Thank you, guys. Manali Tapre, I will give videos on Spring JDBC, Spring AOP, those things. I will give in the middle of the course. Okay. Yes, will be shared. Spring AOP, Spring JDBC videos will be shared. Right, guys. Array exclusion in pom.xml will eliminate jars. Exclusion in Spring Boot application will eliminate auto configuration. Both are different. Shushi, you please collect from admin. Okay. Spring Boot JDBC or Spring JDBC. Please switch off your cameras, guys. Why are you keeping on your cameras on? No common sense, huh? Okay, guys. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow.